Hello everyone, and welcome to the video. This is just a brief tutorial on how I attach my QuickSerter infusion set. You should adapt whatever works best for you. The main reason for this video is the fact that I received the infusion set, which is the MiniMed 670G, and it was supplied with the QuickSerter infusion set. This thing, if I can actually, yeah, there you go. But they left one very important thing out of it, which is actually in almost every video for putting in your infusion set. It did not include the QuickSerter, as most insurance companies consider it to not be a necessary cost. They run about, I think, $60, but they're not actually necessary, so it's kind of an accessory, so most insurances won't cover it. Now, while I've come across a number of instructional videos on attaching the MiniMed 670G and refilling the reservoir and infusion sets and everything like that, including the ones on the Medtronic site, they all have the QuickSerter. Obviously, that would be an issue following the instructions without the necessary equipment. So this video is on manually inserting it. Now, for the infusion set, in this video we will be using the following: the Medtronic QuickSerter, my vial of insulin, of course, because gotta have insulin, an alcohol prep pad, and this I found is actually very useful, a SurePrep Lingerette wipe. And the reason for that is because in most cases the adhesive for wherever your infusion set is doesn't really last that long. And this is actually something I found out with the MiniMed SureT, where the infusion site is actually separate from where it clips into, because where it clips is a separate little pod, and that piece would also have to be affixed to your skin, and obviously it kept falling off, so the Lingerette basically makes the skin sticky and it makes it more adhesive. Now, perhaps the best tip I can come across for anything would be from a gentleman named Mike at everydayupsandDowns.co.uk. I will link this video in the description, but the bit of advice given that I follow is to do the reservoir first before you pause your insulin delivery on your pump. The reason he stated, and I actually find this to be very logical, is distractions can occur, or even needing to redo the filling for the reservoir. Now, if you suspend delivery right away before you do this, obviously all that time until you actually put the new reservoir in, the new infusion set and everything like that, you're going to be without your dosage. So it would actually be wiser to refill your reservoir, to fill your new reservoir first. That way you're still getting insulin during that time. Now, I'm going to go through the reservoir filling a little rapidly here because I have become quite adept at it. So, filling and removing the air bubbles. As always, first thing you want to do is make sure your hands are clean. So wash your hands first. So I'm going to go do that and I will be right back. Meanwhile, I'm going to move my camera down here so you can actually see what's going on. Okay, hands are clean and dry. So first thing we're going to do is this piece, Medtronic, the reservoir. So we're going to actually open this up, and let me just adjust this camera a bit so that way you can get a better view. There you go. So, you know, I'm actually beeping a bit here because there's no audio coming into my headset. And 9 times out of 10, if I don't have audio coming into my headset, it just shuts itself off. But I'll just have to turn it back on if that happens. I hate when this happens, when it doesn't want to separate. I like how they put an arrow for the separation over here, and then it doesn't actually separate from over here. So it's like, wait a minute, why is the arrow somewhere it doesn't separate at? Oh, there you go, I got it. That's obviously going to be edited out for, you know, time-wise, but look at that. So this is our reservoir. Basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my insulin, put that back a bit. I'm going to take the reservoir and just kind of move the plunger up and down a bit to get it, you know, lubricated. And like I said, I actually got very adept at doing this, so. And unlike some people who need a lot of insulin, my 2-day supply is only, I think 100 units. But I always fill it with a little bit more than what I need. And the main reason for filling it with a little bit more than what I need is for when I push out the bubbles or anything like that. Now, see, I always leave a little bit of room. That way, put that down, and I push the plunger. Now, this is the fun part. The annoying part, I should say. They already have air bubbles forming in there. And that is like a pain in the ass. Oi. There you go. Now you can see what's going on. So I am pretty much at 100 units right now. See, I actually go a little bit more because if you look right up here, there's actually an air bubble right near the top. So I'm going to get rid of that. And one of the other reasons that I found it's actually very helpful to go above what you need first is because when you're actually removing the air bubbles, the plunger moves up. So that's a bit of a pain in the ass. Especially if you had put exactly what you're supposed to have, and then you're flicking the plunger or whatever, and then it ends up lost in what's supposed to be in there. Alright, yeah, see, pretty much. Pretty much right where I want it to be. Now, twist, pull off. That's simple. Like I said, twist counterclockwise, pull off. And from this point, once again, you gotta check it. Make sure there's no air bubbles. So, let's see. No air bubbles can be in there. So, we are going to set that aside for now. Like I said, I want to have the reservoir filled first. And this is the new infusion set. But I have to remove my old one. Now, one thing, as I said, you always want to choose where your site's going to be. Whenever you put the new infusion site, you want to usually pick at least somewhere 1 to 2 inches away from your old site. Try to keep it pretty much where it was, so that way it always stays uniform and consistent. Now, in my case, when I started, I used to have my infusion site on my right hand side because I slept on my left or on my stomach. But I realized I'm a guy. If I want to, if I want to wear a dress shirt and I want to keep it tucked in, I need to make sure I don't have to bend that tube, when it runs out of the shirt. So I can actually just go right between the buttons. So now I keep my infusion side on the left, basically, so that way the infusion side is a lot easier to do. But yeah, women's shirts have the buttons on the opposite side. There's actually a reason behind that, but I will not get into it here. But like I said, you want to choose at least a spot that's at least 2 inches away from your old infusion site. And when I will be right back, I'm going to make sure it's all clean and everything. So I'm going to grab a shower real quick also because, removing the old infusion site in the shower makes it less painful when you're removing adhesive from skin. Anybody who's ever, peeled off a band-aid or whatever, if you sit in the tub and then you peel off the band-aid, it's a lot less painful. Same thing here, except the QuickSerter, it's not a metal needle, so that's not that bad when it comes out. It actually is just like a little plastic tip. It's bendable and everything. So I will be right back. I do apologize, folks. I did have something else I want to run through with you real quick. Obviously, this is always necessary. MiniMed. See, I actually have a CGM set up to it right now, so that's why you actually see that window. But that way, here, and then what we're going to do is you're going to want to come down to, now since everything's already been set with the new reservoir, you're going to go to options, reservoir tubing, new reservoir. Now see, it tells me to remove the infusion slot and remove the reservoir pump and then hit rewind. Now, like I said, I already have my reservoir set, so that's going to be done as soon as I take a shower. But first thing I want to do is I want to disconnect this. So as you can see, this is why I actually like the QuickSerter, because the QuickSerter comes off so much easier. It's just pinch, twist. That's it. The other one, you have to actually wiggle it a bit to get it to pop off. Oh. Remove infusion set from body, remove reservoir from pump. Okay. There you go. And then press rewind. I'm actually going to go grab my shower real quick. And I am back. Yeah, all clean now. Okay. Right. There is my old infusion site, so. I mean, I usually try to aim for my sides because I sleep on my stomach, so. Yeah. So now, what we're gonna do is open up the menu on this. It tells me to load the reservoir. So, fill reservoir and connect tubing to reservoir. Do not connect to body. Yeah, that makes sense. So, there you go. Open up the tubing and reservoir. See, the QuickSerter looks like that on the end, and everybody always has that quick inserter on all their videos, but I was not provided with a quick inserter because my insurance doesn't cover it. I guess that's like $60, I think. But so we're gonna move that tubing, stretch that out, aim this down a little bit more, so you can see what's going on down here. There you go. I always do this too. I always stretch it out and try to straighten it as much as possible. Remember this? A little while ago. Not too long ago, but a little bit ago. And lock it in place like that. It's attached on. It's about a quarter turn, I think. Place reservoir into pump and lock. Do not connect the body. So now we gotta remove this thing. It actually just unscrews. And pump. Once again, just turn until it locks. And then hit next. See, now this one says to load the reservoir and hold it until complete. So that's pretty much what you're gonna do. You're gonna press load and hold on to it, and we get this wonderful little graphic thing here again. Yeah, you kind of can't see the graphic, but Okay, complete. Do not connect to body. And go to next. Now you gotta fill the tubing. Now this is where it's very different than the surety, because the surety is a lot more visible, since this is not on the surety. Neither is this blue part on the end. So basically what you gotta do, in my case, is hold this facing down or angled down, so you can actually see when a drop or two comes out. Move that out of the way. A little bit more. And there we go. It usually takes me about 10 units before anything actually comes out. See, there you go. I got a couple drops. It's on my table right now. And now we finally come to the part that we all love. Gotta get that on there. Sorry, I had to put that back up real quick. Now for the part we all love. Press next. Insert infusion set into body. See, now, I actually wore a button-down shirt for this video, for this part of it, so that I can actually show why I put the infusion set on my left. See, like I said, men's shirts have the button like that, so I always put my infusion set over here, so I can actually run the tubing right out. So, now, for the infusion set, what we're going to have to do, since there's a manual instruction, we're going to take that, twist, and then you want to peel these off, these little things here. Now, to peel them off, I actually suggest pulling away from the center, because it helps to avoid it folding over itself and causing issues. Hey, I also have to remove some of my fur most days, but I want to choose a spot. See, that's my old infusion site. I want to choose a spot a bit away from that. And see, I have a high pain tolerance, so it's a little bit easier for me. Now you want to like hold it down, and like smooth out the adhesive here. I actually forgot to use the wipe. I should have. I really should have used the shirt prep, but I forgot to. So, a little bit too late for that. Also, I didn't bother to use it because I just got out of the shower. But if you didn't just get clean, you should actually use an alcohol wipe. Now, that's actually in there pretty good. So, what you want to do, take your fingers right on that clear plastic part, and the blue slides right out. See, now this is actually where the needle is. See, right there. So all that's inside me now was inside this needle. And you're going to fold this over, lock it in place, and that goes in a sharps container. So, yeah. And now that that's actually in, you can go here and you get the option, fill, insert infusion set into body, select fill to fill cannula, or done if not needed. Well, in my case, it's really never needed, so. So my basal delivery has already been resumed. So yay for that. But yeah, that's actually how you do the manual insertion. And like I said, I'm going to show you real quick. Okay, now you can see the tubing is relatively so when I button my shirt now, oh yeah, dress shirt. I forget the last button's always horizontal on dress shirts. But yeah, see, since men's shirts have the buttons on the right and the hole on the left, it actually has to be on my left side. So now you can see the tubing itself comes to the hole See. And then once I tuck my shirt in, this would actually sit right on my side. But if I had it affixed to my right, the tubing would come out and actually kind of bend, so that would suck. Yeah, so that's how you do the manual insertion. Like I said, I didn't use the shirt prep. I probably should have, because, you know, helps with adhesive. But I didn't use it because I kind of forgot to. But I normally don't. And the alcohol swab I didn't use also because I just got out of the shower. So other than that, that's how you manually insert that. And these I would always keep on hand because the infusion site is only changed every other day, every third day, however, depending however you look at it. If you look at today, the rest of today being a day, it would be the third day because you know today, tomorrow, then change on third. If you look at it as today's 1, tomorrow's 2, that's it. But obviously, when you shower, you gotta, well, you should block that hole. You know, disconnect this and attach that. But I do hope that this has been informative because, like I said, they don't have the QuickSerter video. QuickSerter videos are all they have, and most insurances won't cover it. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, like, subscribe. Like I said, the video for Mike's video will be down below. I think he used the 640G in his. So, have a good one.